crux of the ego, then, is its avarice, its desiringness, its addiction to conquest, getting, and the juice that goes with that. It's addiction to the juice that the ego gives off. Huh? So there's only one thing you've got to let go of. Not wanting millions, not wanting success, not wanting to win at the gambling table, whatever it is. You only have to focus on one point. And that's the juice that's coming out of the ego's positionalities. All right. What are the ego's positionalities? Well, if you were an amoeba, to survive, if you want to understand the ego, you have to understand the amoeba. You understand the amoeba, you understand the ego. Okay. So the amoeba, in order to survive, has to get. Consequently, the ego is the getter, the acquirer. In order to get, it has to know what to get. Ah, that's it. Curiosity. So the ego is fed by endless curiosity. As I said, it's the non-linear has a point, a probe in the linear domain, and that probe is your ego. Your ego is like an information probe. It's out there curious. What does the amoeba have to know? Is this molecule good? Is this molecule good? Is this one? That's a nice molecule. So it's information processing. So before the ego itself gets involved, before it gets invested in something, it first probes it. It has to search. Therefore, the leading edge of the ego, if you surrender that, you don't have to bother with the whole ego. That'll say 50 lifetimes there. Ignore the ego, and by critical factor analysis, find out what about the ego do I have to surrender. All right, we got its quality of juicing everything, and addiction to that juice. Huh? What is it that does the juicing? Is the experiencer. All right. No matter what, behavior, motivation, no matter what you say, it's only the experience of it that counts. What good is winning if you don't experience the winning? So it isn't even the juice, it's the experiencing of the juice. Huh? The experiencing, the addiction to experiencing the juice that you extract out of everything. Winning, being right, whatever it is. Therefore, you don't have to surrender 10,000 things. You only have to surrender one thing. Okay, so here's the ultimate sacrifice. You don't have to wear sackcloth and ashes. You don't have to crawl on your knees all the way to the Vatican or whatever. You can do it at home, folks. And all right, so what you focus on is what is focusing, and that is the experiencer. Now you let go wanting to change your control or derive or experience the experiencer. You surrender the experiencing of life itself. You think that's life. You think, God, if I give up experiencing, I will be good as dead. You're not that lucky. No, you're going to have to stay alive a while. Too bad. The Buddha said that. Too bad. Lucky you are to be here, but lucky you are to find your way out of here. So how do you find your way out of here, then, is to surrender your addiction to experiencing. Now you see, one quality of the experiencer is its endless curiosity. Well, it's a search probe. You know, what's on the TV tonight? What's the news? What's the weather? It's constantly into curiosity and searchingness, all right? And it thinks that without that, it will die. In a way, you're being asked to give up life, because to give up your addiction to the experiencer, at a certain level, the ego will consider that as it's over. It's over. The addiction to the experiencer, then. The addiction to the juice of the experiencer. As you can see, the experiencer perceives reality by 1/10,000th of a second. 1/10,000th of a second. We've drawn this out before, and we'll draw it one more time. Where the silent area is, you know, where the silence is, see? And so causality looks at A becomes B, becomes C, and it imputes causality. This is causing this, is causing this, this is causing this. And these are the thoughts you're supposed to try to jump between. You can't jump that fast. I'll tell you why. Because the observer, the witness, because the mind can't work faster than 1/10,000th of a second. You see, to spot the space between two thoughts, your mind would have to be faster than the thoughts, so your mind would have to work faster than 1/10,000th of a second. But because it's the mind that you're looking at the mind with, it can't go faster than its own, so it can't go faster than its own tail, see? That's why people just don't get enlightened there. I never met anybody that was, you know? The Buddha asked me to correct this. It was the last meeting before I came back, you know. When you're down there, Dave, fix that, will you? All right, he doesn't want to be karmically responsible for that ignorance. All right, so on the other hand, this is how thoughts arise, see? Each thought arises independently, and it arises out of silence. It arises out of nothingness. It arises out of nothingness. Why does it arise at all? Because of your curiosity attracts it. The experiencer pulls up the fish, which if it wasn't for that, the fish would stay in the sea. The mind would remain silent.